Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, and it's that time. The ADK giveaway is finally here. Before we get into the details of the giveaway, I do just want to give a quick shout out to the SWGEmu member that donated the ADK to me. His name is Adrian. Thank you, Adrian, for donating the ADK. He gave it to me with the intention of me actually giving it away. We've been talking about doing this for like 5 or 6 months now. I think it's been a really long time, and we finally got around to doing it, so hooray. With that out of the way, let's talk about exactly what you need to do to actually win this ADK. First thing you're going to have to do is come to our city on the planet Locke, which is University Campus. It can be located in the northwestern area of the map, just west of Nim's stronghold. We do have a shuttle port, so if you land on Locke, you can purchase a ticket to come over to our city. You can see the shuttle port here. Come straight across this big courtyard that we have in the center, and you will find a generic guild hall named, conveniently, Mobius1 on YouTube's ADK giveaway starts here at 1/8/17, 5 p.m. Eastern, which is the time that this video is going public, so that's kind of irrelevant. But there was a bit of a, if you were able to discover this, or if you saw my previous video, you may already be waiting here. Once you get to this guild hall, you're going to go inside. Once you're inside, you're going to completely ignore this line of backpacks in the main room. Instead, you're going to turn around immediately and go down the elevator. Once you go down the elevator, you're going to completely ignore these rooms with the color crystals, and you're going to run straight ahead down into the large room at the end of the hallway, and you will see this. Now, these backpacks have special names. Unfortunately, I'm not going to hover over them in the video, thus giving away what they're named. But I will go over what they are, or what they serve, basically. What you have here are 3 multiple choice questions. Now, the backpack on the top row, if you hover your mouse cursor over it, you will see the question. The 4 backpacks underneath each question correspond to multiple choice answers. Now, the top row will be your response, and the bottom row will be a piece of information. Now, I can show a quick little something, like I'll show you one of the answers. So the answer on this leftmost question, the first answer is 9 talus. So what this means is if you think the answer to the first question is 9, the bit of information that you get to take away from that is the planet Talus. Alright, now if I look at the first answer to the second question, is also 9. It is an x coordinate, in this case x negative 4315. And you might have caught on, if I look at the first answer to this last question is 7, it gives a y coordinate, negative 55. Basically, what you need to do is if you answer all 3 questions correctly, you're going to get a planet, an x-coordinate, and a y-coordinate that will take you to a house that I have placed. Now, clearly, if you miss any of these questions, and like any one of these is wrong, if you get the planet wrong, if you get the x-coordinate wrong, or you get the y-coordinate wrong, if any of those are wrong, you're not going to find the house that I placed. You may find something, but it's not going to be related to the giveaway. Now, once you do get to that structure, it's going to be a public structure. You're going to be able to enter it, and inside that structure will be another setup just like this with only 1 question. So it'll have a question, and below will be 4 multiple choice answers. Now, each of those answers is going to have another piece of information just like these ones do. However, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do with that information. It's going to be kind of up to you to figure out what that information means. And I understand that I'm being very vague here, but I'm being very vague on purpose because I do want you guys to kind of like figure this out. It is a puzzle. So, but if you're very observant while you're doing these early steps, the piece of information that you get from that question, you should know what to do with it. Now I'm going to come back upstairs here. Still being as vague as possible, once you get to where you need to go with that piece of information that you get from the house on a different planet, there will be another question in that destination. And I understand I'm being this is gonna seem a little like confusing and vague, but I guarantee once you start going through the initial steps, you'll understand what to do. It's a lot simpler than I'm making it seem. But once you get to that location, there will be another question with no answers. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to look at the question and you'll need to remember the answer that you want, and you're going to come back here. And these 9 backpacks on the wall here, these are the possible answers for that question. Alright? So depending on what your answer is to that question, you will come back to this guild hall, you will look at what these 9 possible answers are, and you will follow the instructions. Each one of these have instructions that you must perform. It's either going to be to go to a location, to send me a message, or maybe even stand in front of me and perform an emote. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you which one's the right one. But what you're going to have to do is, once you know which one is the right one, you're going to have to do that. When you do that, I'm not going to say what happens next, but when you do that, if you get the right one, you will find one more instruction, either at the location you have to go to, or I will give it to you through a tell, and that instruction will be the final instruction. Alright, so I know this is very long-winded and it seems very complicated, but basically, you come to this guild hall, go into the basement, answer those 3 questions in the back room of the basement, and you're on your way to winning yourself a 15 million credit ADK. Alright, so the waypoint here, like I said, University Campus, it's right across the courtyard from the shuttle port. I don't really think I need to give the coordinates, but it's negative 2570, positive 4655. For those that don't know, coordinates are, this is the X coordinate, and this is the Y coordinate, okay? This is the Z coordinate, which is like your elevation, but you can completely disregard that. So it's X on the left, Y on the right. Alright? That's it. You guys can play this video as many times as you want. There are some links in the video description to help you answer the questions that are, because they do refer to previous videos of mine. So if you're not sure what video those are talking about, you can use the links below to figure it out. That's it. If you have any questions, send me a tell in game. I will be on Mobius during this event, but you may just need to play this video over a couple times until you figure it out. It should not take you guys that long to get this. It really is easier than my initial idea for this giveaway was. So, may the Force be with you.